Hello and welcome to the Telegraph studio and Business Reporter's Future of Insurers campaign, hosted by the Telegraph Online. I'm Alistair Greener and today we're talking to Jaime Swindle from NIG about how the insurance industry needs to take back control in a rapidly changing and demanding environment. Morning.
Morning.
So what are some of the big challenges and the big changes in the insurance industry at the moment?
There's really three key areas. So the first is around regulation, so an increasing demand on transparency and on our brokers having to do more with less time. There's an overcapacity in the market, which means that there's always a cheaper price out there, putting challenges on profitability and income for our brokers. And really the third one is around customer expectations. Customers want more control, more flexibility and more transparency.
The insurance industry is like every other industry. It's weathered historical storms before, it's dealt with change before. What makes these changes so important?
I think you're right. So there's always been regulation, and whilst that's increasing, that's not a bad thing. It's always been a competitive market, which means there's always going to be pricing challenges. But really the key thing here is around customer expectations. So customers are accustomed to being able to buy online, have something delivered within an hour, be able to compare the value and the prices of things, and have more and more control. And the reason that's more of a challenge now is that we have to take the expectations that are happening in the retail space and put that into the insurance space.
So what have the insurance industry done about that? How have they met these challenges and what sort of solutions are they coming up with today?
So the solutions are technology based, which is great. So that enables you to be able to speed up the process, be a lot more competitive in terms of your pricing, and reduce the frictional costs involved with transacting, certainly at the smaller end of business.
So technology is the answer to help deal with these challenges?
It is, but it does pose its own problems. So the challenge with regulation is more and more information needs to be input into systems. The requirement to be more and more price competitive means that you want more and more data from your customers to be able to refine that pricing. And actually the speed of that then sometimes compromises the user experience. So what that actually means is the more data you get, the longer it takes and the more cumbersome it is, or the less data you get, the quicker you can say no, and it becomes a computer says no mentality.
So how do you deal with that computer says no mentality but still retain the agility? What sort of solution can you come up with?
So our solution really encompasses some key areas. So the first bit is an intuitive customer journey. So we don't compromise on our customer journey. What we do is we only ask the questions that are pertinent to the risk that comes through. The second part of that is we've got some really sophisticated pricing that sits in the background, which means that we can always provide the right price for the right cover, as well as the flexibility to add or remove sections if that's required. The third bit really is around the backup support. So it's not a computer says no mentality. We've got a team of dedicated, highly experienced underwriters that can really support when it matters. And the reason that's important is it gives our brokers the ability to win in a highly competitive market, be really confident with regulation because we offer a fair presentation guarantee on our platform, and it enables them to exceed their customer expectations.
So that's the platform, that's how it works. Perhaps rather than just talk about how it works, give us an example of it in practice.
So one of our most recent products is our mini fleet product, and that enables brokers to cover fleets of up to 12 vehicles. It's got an intuitive design. You're able to do a quote in about 5 minutes. Registration lookup for vehicles, so you're not inputting all of that information, and you can literally email a contract certain quote to your customer from the platform instantaneously. So
that's the platform, that's who you are, but tell us more about NIG. Who are the people behind it?
So we've got quite a long history, so we're over 100 years old, seen as real experts in the commercial market and actually one of the first insurers to launch an online platform. But I think the key thing is we're part of Direct Line Group, who are seen as innovators and disruptors in the market, but also have a really strong financial background, which enables us to give our brokers confidence that they're trading with an insurer that's got stability and experience.
It's been fascinating finding out more about these huge changes that are coming about in the insurance industry. Jaime Swindle from NIG, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.